didn't like how the game ended, I'm sure.
Well, we had to be in that situation. I did like the way the game ended, like the way that our defense was out there and we made the play at the end of the game to win because we had not done that before. And until you have the confidence, until you sort of make that last-second shot and know that you can see it going in the hoop, you don't really know that you can do it. So our kids defensively, they wanted that burden on them. They wanted to have the feeling of going out there and finishing a game. We had not really played a close game that we had won yet. So for our guys, I thought that was a good situation for guys getting out there still making plays at a crucial time of the game.
Last 2 weeks, you've forced 9 turnovers. What's been the turning point to really turn the page and the guys get the guys to buy in?
It's run defense. The game's not complicated. If somebody can't run, then they have to throw to beat you. And if they throw to beat you, then the ball is in harm's way. And that's what our players understand. It's everyone. There's not a team in America that doesn't preach turnovers. Turnovers come when you force the offense to have to throw the ball to move the ball. And when you throw the ball to move the ball, you can make yards and you can make some things happen. But ultimately, you're playing with fire when you do that. And that's really what it's come down to the last couple of weeks is that we've done such a good job eliminating the run game from the other team's arsenal that after that, it's just about get after that football.
That being said, Coach just said a minute ago, I made a reference that it was a 75-25 passing game, but he said it might even be 80 or 90-10. I'm sure you can't wait to get after this one.
Yeah, but when you play a team that throws the ball as often and as well as Southern Miss does, first and foremost, you must eliminate the run because still, if they can run it, then you're still playing them on two fronts. So still, the core of our defense will still remain the same. We have to eliminate the run, and then you have to affect the quarterback. And you can affect the quarterback through lots of different ways. It can be through pressure. It can be through tight coverage. It can be through disguising zones. It can be through different things. But that's really still all this game always comes down to.
Coach talked about how their offense has improved of late because of their offensive line being able to pass protect. How critical will the pressure be Saturday?
Well, their offensive line has done a better job, but I think the biggest point is their run game. And just what I was just talking about, to run for over 200 yards on North Texas, who's always going to try and outnumber you in the run game and have their safeties close to the line of scrimmage. That is what allows your offensive line to have a chance to pass protect because now it's not just every day is, every down is just, your best pass rush move. You've got to honor the fact that it could be a run play. So certainly they've improved every week. It's very obvious when you watch them chronologically on film. And it does have a lot to do with up front and the way that they're able to run the football.
Can you comment on the way Terrell Penson's been playing, especially in this last game?
Obviously the big plays that Terrell made were fantastic. And as a coach, you always like to see your seniors be able to make plays like that because that'll be an afternoon that he'll, of course, never forget. As his coach, I'm as impressed of some of the other things that don't really catch the eye. The plays that he made were fantastic plays, but some of the ways he took on blocks, some of the ways that he moved square through the box, some of the ways that he's just playing fast, but playing under control. Really, I was just excited to see those plays on tape as much as I was the ones that were obvious. So to have a good football team, yet your seniors have to play the best ball of their careers. And to see a guy like Terrell do that, it gives him a lot of confidence. This is a guy that, 7 games ago didn't even know he was a linebacker. So it gives him confidence that he can not just thrive, not just survive that position, but thrive at that position. And it gives our whole team a big boost in the arm. And because we don't know, because next week it might be somebody else. And that's kind of what we're all based on.
What is it about that position? You look at Vaccaro and his success at that position, and now you look at Terrell Penson's success at that position. What is it about it that in your system it allows him to make plays like that?
Well, in this day and age in college football, it's your field linebacker, and that's a position that's a part of the field that's attacked a lot. A lot of people now are, your bubble screens to the field, your sweeps to the field, all your quick passes to the field, things like that. So you have to have, you have to have someone that's tough enough and physical enough that can stop the run when we bounce the run out to him, that can set an edge on the perimeter on screens, which he did a really nice job of on Saturday. But certainly then when the ball is thrown, this is a guy in essence you can almost argue he's a short safety. A lot of his times his responsibility is patrolling the middle of the field, which he's done in the past, but instead of being 25 yards deep like Xavier Woods, he's 8 to 12 yards deep. but same thing. So his instincts and his ability to have a good feel for where the ball's going to go helps. Now, Terrell will be the first one to tell you that about every play that he made on Saturday, somebody else had a big hand on. And a lot of times the quarterback was under a massive amount of duress and had to get rid of the football. And that's really where the whole thing comes together. And that was neat to see all the guys understand that everybody had a role in his success.
I know last Wednesday we talked, and you didn't expect for Dora to have as big of a role as he probably did Saturday. What was it last week that gave him that increased role?
Well, I think just his health. You weren't sure in terms of how he was going to, getting the reports back day in, day out in terms of how much he was going to be able to handle. And then we sure needed it the way that the game turned out. And his effort, he made an effort play maybe on the second last play of the game when they ran the double reverse throwback play. And he and Pinson actually ended up, sort of hammering, sandwiching the quarterback. To have him out there, he changes us. You can't deny it when he's out there. Just his speed and athleticism off the edge, just coming out of the alley and making plays, just chasing the ball. It's just different for us. And the other guys have stepped in and done a really nice job. But boy, he helps us when he's in the lineup.
Talk about what he did in those several weeks that he was out, and how crucial they were for him to do what he did off the field to be able to come in and help you right away.
Yeah, in terms of what he was doing when he was, he was. Fortunately, he's a lot better player than he's a coach. I like him playing better than I like him coaching, but certainly he was watching as our guys were growing and our guys were having success, and we want all of our guys to play. We're a better team when we have all of our guys play. But the other thing that our guys have seen is that we've got a little bit of a next man up mentality on this defense. We know we're better with fully loaded, but we've had some guys that have missed some time, and some other guys have stepped up and they've made some plays, and they can really see where everybody has a role to play in this defense. We played the entire second half on defense on Saturday, and it was sneaky hot. It seemed like a nice day. It was sneaky hot down there on that turf, and a guy like Jabari Pruitt coming and getting a couple big reps. Michael Mims came in and got a couple big reps down the game. Dylan Williams getting a couple big reps. I mean, there was a bunch of guys that sort of came in there and spells of time when we needed everybody, because we were some guys were, going out for a couple plays here and there with injuries. So what the depth of our defense is going to be crucial here through the stretch run.